The following portion of Studio 512 is sponsored by Ally Medical Emergency Room. The doctors, nurses, and staff at Ally Medical Emergency Room prioritize effective and efficient health care, but they also really care about the patient experience, especially turning it on its head when it comes to being in the emergency room. We're going to speak with a recent patient, Dana Huth, and we're also speaking with Medical Director Dr. Jessica Best to learn more. Dana, my first question is for you. Talk to us about your experience here and what it was like from the moment you walked in the doors.
Yeah, during the holidays, my fiance and I got sick, which was a really great time for that to happen. And so we wanted the only place that were open were emergency rooms, so we immediately went to Ally Medical. The second we walked in, we were immediately greeted by reception. We received all of our paperwork and were immediately asked how we were doing. Before we even finished the paperwork, we were already getting called back into the room so we could immediately figure out what was going wrong.
Wonderful, and I'm so sorry to hear that you guys got sick, especially as a pair, but I know that you guys were taken good care of. Are there any specific moments that stood out to you in terms of the care you received while you were here?
Yeah, the second we walked into the room, we were asked if we wanted drinks, snacks, anything like that. And then once we kind of told them what was going on, I mentioned I had a headache. Immediately the lights were turned off. So I just loved the care that we were getting. We didn't even have to ask. Everything was being done for us before we even asked it. So it was really nice to have that comfort care in a place that's usually scary, but it didn't seem like that when we were here.
Do you feel like you were seen in a really expedient manner?
Quicker than I've ever been seen before. We were brought back before we even finished our paperwork, and everything was so quick that we pretty much just got back to our days and were getting ready for recovery.
But let's talk, Dr. Best, about how nice it is to hear positive patient reviews like you heard from Dana.
We definitely love our positive patient reviews, and we strive to have many of them, and luckily we get great feedback from our patients thanks to our great staff. We try to get you greeted and brought back immediately, get you cared for, and of course follow up with you to see if you're doing okay.
Absolutely, and a good time to remind everybody that Ally Medical, when we say emergency room, truly is an emergency room. Can you talk to me about some of the facilities you have?
So we operate just like an emergency room in the hospital. We are freestanding, independent. We have our own lab here. We can run complex labs like blood work. We also run respiratory panels, GI panels to try to figure out what may be wrong. We have x-ray, we have CAT scan, we have ultrasound capabilities.
Everything you need and a personal touch along the way. Guys, we really appreciate your time, and Dana, I'm happy to hear that you are healthy now. We really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Ally Medical has 6 Central Texas locations. Find the one nearest you at allymedical.com. The preceding portion of Studio 512 was sponsored by Ally Medical Emergency Room.